You want threatening opposition here? Can't talk about we were disciplined. Who your son? Who your son? Yami Wese, who Yami Wese's son? And you were disciplined.
Why you so angry like this?
Oh, but he take a politician now. Oh yeah, he take a politician. And he can discipline people. And do we live for him?
Okay, so
do we live for him? Who living for him?
I'm trying to get Yami basic.
Who living for him? If I got discipline in children, do we know that boys for him to discipline? Do you know that small boy for him to discipline? If I take that statement by last when we are children now, let him discipline a children now, and we live with him. La lepo talk. I said la lepo talk. Look, let me tell you something. If you have somebody that do not have moral, you know me asking me who not get moral.
No, Mama,
yeah. When you have somebody that do not have moral standing to position, and that was wrote or impeachment bill. Look, I don't care what Yami said, he will be impeached. He will be impeached with a higher disgrace.
Who do you think have no moral?
Yami said
he has no moral.
He have no moral.
Why?
Because he's corrupt.
He's corrupt?
Yes.
Do you have evidence?
Let me take me the quote. Is it the quote? No, poverty was harassed. Look, Seku, the freedom of speech got two parts. They have the opinion speech, they have the insultive speech, which the Lebron can call curse. They have the cursing speech. All of that was decriminalized. If you say a Seku fee that must step injure him, let him go sue for damage. Yami Gbese should go and sue for damages.
You think Yami Gbese is corrupt?
He is corrupt.
How is he corrupt?
The fact that he took his son and appointed his son as a magistrate is against the code of conduct.
Is that enough to classify?
I don't want to say he corrupt. Let him go sue me. When Yami Gbese sue me, he will say that so. I said that so. Go to the case.
No, but he did not do it in the Prophet Key case.
Because Prophet Key were abused. That abuse of power. It can never challenge him. I mean, second time of war, you speaking to men. The man sat down here. That man that do not have moral. That Yami Gbese that do not have moral sat down here. The men of ruling that the setting of Weteku and the people were illegal. Somebody sat down there and called him donor. What did he do? Because he wanted to be chief justice, did he do anything? He accepted that he drove. He didn't go for anything.
No. Is it that he has a property or hotel in Nimba?
Yes. I put it on my page. There was that bar association can go. They're not conflict of interest. Conflict of interest is corruption under the law. You say, Seku, what wrong with you? You said that you know when you talk to veteran lawyers, counselors, they will tell you, say, my man, you know our cases before. Yami will say, all the people are pressing you, they didn't mean well for you. Let me tell you the truth today. They will tell you behind the scene, say, look, what they may do.
Yami will go after you, and it could be a serious problem for you because he has threatened to do
what are you gonna
exactly do? Using a code.
What are you gonna do?
You know,
what are you gonna do? Describe what's the penalty of contempt of court. We get the authority to prescribe penalty for contempt of court. What is contempt of court? When the court contempt Seku, do not go to a radio station because the case is in court. Seku, come there, like contempt of court. You call mama. The crime is not transferable. That means they say abuse the law of this country. He's taking law that is not for him and using it as his own will. You might likely
become the next person that Yami Gbese.
I challenge Yami Gbese 100 times. He doesn't have power to arrest me or to jail me. He doesn't have the power.
Will not honor his invite?
Honor what invite?
When he calls.
If it's justifiable enough, if I'm supposed to go there, I will go there. I was elected. The Constitution says you can arrest Yeke for breach of peace and treason. And you as a chief judge cannot appoint yourself as a judge.
Yami Besa the federal Chinese man, you
I would not go on WhatsApp. The form and the manner in which the king I have already called. Je dis matin, la personne là dit vous venez ici. Donc, en venant là, il doit appeler. Il dit à l'époque que vous êtes traversé. Venez ici.
Donc, c'est pas gâté, il peut appeler. C'est pas gâté, il peut appeler. Il peut recevoir les institutions. Quand même, ils sont compris. Hein? Il n'a qu'à appeler, c'est pas gâté.
So you can call up front, and get your information from them. So while we were back, they can go back.
Very
For your communication.
They come.
Pas de problème.
That's what I was telling them.
Bon, là, tiens, vous pouvez retourner. Là, s'il a fini de discuter là-bas, on va vous appeler. Vous allez venir là, on va venir poser.
Bon, pour se retourner, c'est-à-dire, vous et moi, on se comprend. Hein? Vous et moi, on se comprend très bien. Et également les autres aussi. Vous comprenez? Je dis.
He said that you and him, you understand. Even the others also understand what we are talking about. You understand now?
Vous comprenez? Ça ne pose pas de problème. Nous avons reçu les ordres par hiérarchie. Moi, à mon avis, il a trouvé. Vous avez vu quelque chose sur le terrain. Il ne faut même pas retarder là-dessus, tu te rends compte. Et tu serais situé à partir de la hiérarchie.
He said that if you find something, if you find something or situation on the line that you must call over there. You call them, you tell them, this is here, this is here, this is here, this is here. Then they will tell you, do this, or do this. That's why we can go.
Yeah, so what we do now, I want you to tell him that we have to go back. We will do our communication. Any result we get, then we will invite her to come back. And we can also come up here and do it at all.
What to come in? Focus.
Yeah. More tube are in the kingdom on their way coming, as you can see. The people are bringing more tube. The people are bringing more tube. More tube are coming, leaving from Guinea are coming. As you can see, these are the tubes that are crossing from Guinea. Come here.
Le compte rendu de près, on a beaucoup duré ici. Quand ils se sont rencontrés à Conakry, si vous avez besoin de montrer d'aller là-bas, on va là-bas. C'est pour vous rassurer que nous ne sommes pas venus contre vous. C'est très important. Nous ne sommes pas venus contre vous.
Under the law, the investigation is ongoing. The autopsy has been conducted. Further analysis is being done, so hopefully in the next 72 hours we should have all of the results to inform the action that will be taken as it relates to the findings of this investigation. So that's where we are at the moment. If there's anything specific that anybody would like to know, you can ask the question and I'll be willing to answer. Here I have with me DIGP Senior Frank. He's the Deputy Inspector General for Criminal Investigation. So just in case you ask something that he would like to, because it's in his shop, so he could throw more light on it. So thank you. Who's going first?
Yeah, thanks a lot, IG. A lot of people are concerned. It's been a couple of days since the investigation started. Liberians are concerned as to where exactly are we investigation. investigation, especially now that Mr. Jackson is out. A lot of people want to know as to how long he's going to be out as well.
Well, like I said in my intro, within the next 72 hours, you should have sufficient information to make an informed decision as per the outcome of this case. So the autopsy, the official autopsy has been completed. Like I said, there's more analysis being done, there's more testing that is very, and the information from the testing is very crucial for us to make an informed decision as per what steps to take on that. But we can promise you all that we will be officially updating you. At this point in time, Mr. Jackson is released to his lawyers. As soon as we have additional information on what next to be done, it will be communicated to the public.
So how soon do we expect to receive the full autopsy?
Well, I can't tell you how soon, because what if the doctor comes back and says he wants to order a toxicology to form a part of the report? That will require it going overseas for further analysis. So for now, that crucial part that we need to make an informed decision can be done here. So within the 72 hours framework, we should know. But if toxicology is required, we will have to send it out of the country as well.
Has there been any restraining order placed on Mr. Jackson, the issue about new SA Republican?
Well, at this point in time, there's no restraining order, but as part of Mr. Jackson's commitment that he will remain in the country for the investigation, he, through his lawyer, surrendered all of his travel documents to the National Police, and he will be in touch with the police throughout the time of this investigation until we reach a conclusion. So Mr. Jackson will not leave the country, and his lawyers have guaranteed that.
During the early stage and the driver, the both domestic workers were brought in. Where are they? Are they still in police custody, or have they been released?
Yeah, Jimmy, you want to take that?
Yeah. We brought them in because they were part of the household in which the incident occurred. We spoke with them. They were not suspects. We needed to talk to them as persons of interest. So as the investigation unfolds, if there are any culpability determined on their part, yes, they will be charged to court according as anybody who will be culpable in our investigation. If there's any semblance of culpability.
So I just want to know, how is the police ensuring transparency in these investigations? Just yesterday,
right here talking to you, answering your questions. I mean, being very open about we have nothing to hide, and that's why we're here to speak to you. That's a part of what transparency is.
In addition to that, every stage of the investigation, they have been all those that we've been talking to have been represented by their lawyers, and that's part of the transparency.
So this is not a Gestapo operation. There's no secret about it. This is open, transparent process that's ongoing here.
Okay, the legal team of Mr. Jackson is also calling for an autopsy, private autopsy. So what is the position of the police on this?
Police have no position on it. Call for the autopsy. What the law requires, the legal people will review it, and it will be granted. We got no position. It's a good thing that they're hiring their own forensic investigator. It is welcome in the investigation. We're not opposed to it, so we got no specific position.
There was a communication yesterday posted by one of the legal representatives of Mr. Jackson. They said that they communicated with the police. They sent that communication to the police earlier.
I saw that communication online as well, and it's the one speaking about the representation.
Yeah.
The law requires for us to have At least 2 credible persons are present at that particular from the county. However, we had people from the South African embassy. We had invited them. The forensic team, the pathologist, our homicide investigation team was there as well. So I think we met the requirements by law. Notwithstanding that particular stuff that's circulating on Facebook, yeah, please ask them, let them show you a return copy, which indicates that it was brought to this office, delivered and signed for. People should stop misleading the public. They should really stop, because when if the intent is good, they will ensure that the full process is completed. You can just take a letter and post it on Facebook and say, oh, you submitted it to the Office of the Inspector General of Police. Please ask them if they can show any return copy indicating that it was delivered here. Then
so it was never delivered, not electronically?
No.
So, RG, the legal team also were concerned.
But they're all on Facebook. I think that apart that they want to follow.
Yeah, so they were also concerned about the credibility of the pathologists, and they wanted to know their background. Do you care to tell us about their background, where they come from, and what are their credentials?
Listen, sometimes that's what he's doing here. You put the medical and dental council. You just call the doctor need. Let me just help you to guide you on the other research. Go to the medical and the dental council. I think they're the ones responsible for certifying people. They will tell you that this particular person, they're the credential here. I can give it to you. The Ministry of Justice have people who are already approved. He's one of those who have been approved as well. So that means they review their credentials and everything, and that he is an accepted pathologist or a certified pathologist here in Liberia. Yeah, he's not, we didn't get go picking up from anywhere. I mean, this is somebody who is officially certified to do this service here in Liberia.
Earlier today, there was information about police deployment at Mr. Jackson's residence. How true is that?
Yeah, at this point in time, we know he was not home. Instead of active sin, we have not declared, we have not declared that it is safe now for him to go there, or we have not extracted everything that we needed to. But once he's not home, we have to protect the place. We need officers to be there. At this point in time, he will not go into the house until we can declare safe. That it's okay for him to go to the house.
He will not go to the house?
So he can go there, but he will be accompanied.
But it's sealed. It's sealed. It's an active crime scene. So if Mr. Jackson needs to get something from in the house, you have to be accompanied by law enforcement officers. I mean, to enter that particular place at this point in time until we can complete the whole investigation.
Are we expecting another round of autopsy?
I'm not expecting it, but it's not impossible. I mean, if through the courts they call for another, I mean, it will be conducted. But I mean, at this point in time, we've completed, as per the instructions, the request of the coroner, our post-mortem investigation.
Okay.
Any other question?
Gentlemen?
I think so.
I think I got enough.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Well, folks,
Thanks for watching.
Now, the speaker, the general speaker, they are playing. Generator for emergency. Tomorrow, we can say all of you. You know what I feel? But why is that doing?
Thought on the issue of the threshold bill that was passed recently, and then a motion of reconsideration was taken.
I cannot go to school, cause no more money. Hey yo, excuse me, Mr. Journalist. I wonder how you make your headlines in the press release today. Although I read the news every day, but I'm really still getting confused now. And I just wanna ask you some questions. Oh, they say based on money, they say based on presidency, they say based on technology, they say based on war. Tell me, we got major headlines. We got major story. There is no job, no money for hustlers.
Indeed, we got major headlines and major stories in your area, and it's a wonderful event from Ontario. It's good to be back on the shore. Are looking very, very great. I must appreciate God for out of his time and goodness towards me in terms of health. In terms of health. Um, why this light keeps falling? Okay, I think it's better now. In terms of health, and let me welcome all of you to the round table. Of recent, we haven't been as punctual as we were in the past, and that runs up to so many different issues that we've had, and we great to be back on your FM dial, and it's a great pleasure to be on the program. So again, tonight, what is it we have on our talking points list? We will be looking at the current situation between the Republic of Liberia and the Republic of La Guinea. It's interesting how the situation has been reported. We'll look into that as well, and we will basically run through with some other little information we have and our own views and perspective on the issue. We will also look into the situation coming in from Mr. Sams Jackson with death that is being investigated by the Liberia National Police as well. And he runs you through with other stories making headlines across the globe. So stay tuned and let's take this break to be back.
You've been writing stories from rock of ages. Keep writing stories about people who not too concerned. We got a lot of people in the ghetto, people on the block, people in the street. If y'all know what I know, follow me, and I'll take you to places where people are suffering. We got lame people, I mean, people that in need, man. People too much in need. Come on, yeah. How many people do you love, man? How many people do you cherish? How many people do you help out there? Most especially poor men. No job, no money. No trust, no glory. No help for poor men. That's what we know.
No work, no glory, and no job for poor men. So indeed, is great we here, and let's just run through with some of the issues we have further on today. We have some other issues with the president of the Republic of Liberia. Take the resignation of the national elections chairperson, Madam Derrietta Brown Lassana, and this is what was been released on the executive marshal. It says President Joseph Yuma Boyka Sr. has formally acknowledged the resignation of Honorable Derrietta Brown Lassana as chairperson of the National Elections Commission, NEC, In her communication to the president, Honorable Brown Lassana stated that her decision followed consultations with her family and was guided by a desire to take time off after more than 12 years of service to the commission. First as chairperson, that's as commissioner, and subsequently assuming the chairmanship. She expressed gratitude for the opportunity to serve the Republic of Liberia and her great delight for ensuring a smooth transition within the institution. The effective date for her resignation, she noted, was March 15, 2026, on Sunday. President Bouaka commended Honorable Brown Lassana for her dedicated and exemplary service, noting that her tenure significantly contributed to strengthening Liberia's electoral framework. He emphasized that her leadership played a vital role in enhancing the credibility, stability, and institutional integrity of the nation's democratic process. While accepting her resignation, the president has requested that Honorable Brown Lassana continue to oversee, manage, and coordinate the affairs of the NEC through March 31, 2026, to facilitate a seamless and orderly transition. The president further indicated that he will, in keeping with the Constitution and applicable statutory provisions, initiate the process of nominating a successor. President Bouaka extended his sincere, sorry, sincere appreciation to Honorable Brian Lassana for valuable yeah, the call won't let me be. Service to Liberia and wish her continued success in the future. So the chairperson of the NEC resigned as of March 15th, but the president in his wisdom said that you can't just resign and leave the post. You have to do transition, and I'd like sorry, I still struggling with the core issue. I liked the president said, I will want for you to continue managing and overseeing the affairs up to the 31st, and also they are basically going to, carry on the nomination process of her successors. So we also have serious issue currently within the transportation sector, where the price of petroleum was being increased by the government, and now vendors are selling petroleum product on the market, 950 Liberian dollars to 1,100 Liberian dollars. And the government is now threatening to revoke lessons of fuel importers over price hikes and hoarding, right? So according to Information Minister Jeremy Pia, speaking today at the press briefing of the Ministry of Information, he said that any importer found in creating artificial shortage will have their operational license immediately revoked. Those who seek to exploit the current global situation will have their license revoked, he warned. So if you now goes to Monrovia, to town, the price is extremely high in taxi. Even if you want to ride commercial bus, it's also high, and that is because the price of petroleum product on the market has increased. It's not because the government of Liberia will increase it on its own. It's because of the current global situation on in the war, right, between Iran, the U.S., Israel, Ukraine, and Russia. So many areas that we have all flowing from to come to other parts of the world globally. There are now wars that are limiting the situation of petroleum products being produced and imported or exported to other countries or imported by other countries. So in that light, the government is warning people now to artificially create shortages of the petroleum products on the market. So if you run a gas station as an importer as well and bring in petroleum product, you are not to create any shortage on the market, which would lead to artificial hike in the price. But again, we are aware that the government did increase the price nearly up to $5. So that alone speaks volume as to how things are turned when it comes to the issue of petroleum globally on the market. So we also have several things that are happening, and with this now you have commercial motorcyclists across Liberia, drivers across Liberia, uh, and like in Calcutta, I've been told that the price went up to 1,002, 1,004 for a gallon of gas, 1,006, 1,800 Liberian dollar for a gallon of fuel oil on the market. So that led to the seizure of some of the local vendors, the local traders rather, that trade or sell petroleum on the sidewalk because they were hiking the price. And the fare of transportation is around 600 from Monrovia to Kakata or Kakata to Monrovia. It's around 600, approximately around 600 Liberian dollars. And I like the fact that our people usually take of advantage of these opportunities in the sense that the prices of these things goes high on the market because of global economic situation and global disaster, global phenomenon, and whatever, right? And after the situation is brought back to normal, you won't find these same driver immediately reducing the price. Government did not tell them to increase the price of transportation on the market. Um, Once this is stable, you will now have the price stable in the current price they charge now. Until government will have to come out with regulations, and that is going to take forever. I think there's more to this, right? People at the LPRC should have inspectors, or that should force on the Ministry of Commerce be able to inspect various kinds of businesses because you are responsible to make sure that you organize the pricings and know the kind of products or materials that are brought in the country for sale. So you can be able to monitor the situation thoroughly and be able to organize um, a real-time solution for the situation properly. Properly, properly, like I said, and basically, you can do it. You can do that, and basically, it's as easy as it is. And in that way, the common people will not, fall prey to all of these things. So it's uh, essential that all of these things be put in place, and our government is able to regulate them thoroughly. And another thing I want us to look at currently is this release coming in from the the government, like I said, we are going to. Before I take it, let me just play this clip that came in today from Lofa there. And while we take this clip, afterward, we will now, run through with the situation between Liberia and Guinea.
Si, il a rendu compte à la hiérarchie.
Ah, d'accord. On voit ça. Like, your upper. And you know that I have bosses. The form and the manner in which they came, I have already caught. Je dis matin, la personne là dit vous venez ici. Donc, en venant là, il doit appeler. Il dit à l'échec que vous êtes traversé. Venez ici.
Donc, c'est pas gâté, il peut appeler. C'est pas gâté, il peut appeler. Il peut recevoir les instructions. Quand même, ils sont compris. Hein? Il n'a qu'à appeler, c'est pas gâté.
So you can call up front, and get your information from them. So while we were back, they can go back.
Very
After
good.
your communication,
They come.
we invite them.
Pas de problème.
Bon, là, chef, vous pouvez retourner. Là, s'il a fini de discuter là-bas, on va vous appeler. Vous allez venir là, on va venir poser. Hein?
Bon, pour se retourner, je dis, c'est-à-dire, vous et moi, on se comprend. Hein? Vous et moi, on se comprend très bien. Et également les autres aussi, quoi. Comprenez?
So this video right here is confrontation between borders guards, immigration officers, and soldiers from Guinea. There, as you listen, the French is being interpreted through English to our guys, and the English is also being interpreted to French to the guys from Guinea. We take it bit by bit, right? Let me bring this release as well onto the screen, and I just want us to take it bit by bit by bit, and then we can go ahead. So this is what was being released like 52 minutes ago, and this comes in from the government. I hope you are able to see it very clear, and yeah, I hope you are able to see it very clear. And, I hope you are able to see it very clear. Okay, that is it there. So this is what is being said about the government after the recent or the latest situation today. It says the government of Liberia wishes to inform the public that the situation along the Liberia-Guinea border in Lofa County remains under close attention and is being addressed with the utmost priority. In this regard, the government of Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone have issued a joint communique. This is French, right? Communique reaffirming the commitment of their respective leaders to maintain peace, stability, and security along their shared borders. The communique underscores the long-standing traditional. I have to find what this word means in English. Okay, I'll do that. A long-standing tradition of peace coexistence among border communities and calls for an immediate return to the established status quo. The government of Liberia notes that the government of Guinea today issued a directive to its military forces to withdraw their previous position along the border. The government welcomes this development as a constructive step towards easing tension and restoring normalcy. At the same time, the government is aware that certain troop movement along the border in Solumba, Lofa County, um, observed earlier today generated public concern. Following engagement with the Guinea authorities, Liberia has been informed that these movements were undertaken as part of the operational process to implement the withdrawal directive. The three heads of states further reaffirmed their shared commitment to addressing um, any issue arising within the Mano River Union exclusively through peaceful diplomatic means in keeping with Article 33 of the Charter of the United Nations, which encourages the settlement of dispute through dialogue, negotiation, and other peaceful processes. In order to maintain stability and support the ongoing efforts to restore the status quo along the border, the government of Liberia announces the following immediate measures. All activities of BK Enterprises as well as send money or any other money activities of any other companies in the Lofa border area are hereby suspended pending the outcome of comprehensive investigation by the National Security Council of Liberia. Citizens residing in border communities are urged to remain calm, law-abiding, and to refrain from taking matters into their hands. Joint security forces will continue to manage the process of restoring calm and ensuring the safety of all residents. The government cautions against the spread of misinformation or disinformation intended to sensationalize the situation and undermine national peace and security. Such action will not be tolerated and will be addressed in accordance with the laws of the Republic. The media is encouraged to report responsibly and seek official clarification where necessary. The government remains fully committed to safeguarding the peace and security of its territory while working constructively with its neighbors to preserve stability in the Mano River region. The public will be kept informed of any further development as they arises. This is where it gets serious, right? We saw the president again went to Guinea yesterday, came back, and it was now a situation that we saw. The force, the folks from Guinea, the president from Guinea, and the president from Guinea, and the president from Liberia. Um, every other person's was in that photograph I'm about to get, and they signed a peace treaty on yesterday. So how can a serious government? hmm, We are not inciting, anything bad. It's just about the situation, right? How can a serious government agree on a solution for a situation, and at the end of the day, they breach the the same thing they say they are not going to do? Yesterday, President Bouaka, along with Sierra Leone President and Guinea President, were all together after the sign this, MOU or peace agreement on the Mano River Union. And again, today we saw reports from our colleagues in Lofa reiterating and showing video evidence of how these guys cross into our territory or were crossing into our territory after the Ministry of Defense there in Guinea did a release of withdrawal of troops from across the two borders. We are saying to say this that we should be, able to handle the matter with care. That's the first thing. I think the president did right to go and have a dialogue, and the dialogue was said to be successful. And until we saw that a lot of the soldiers that were around the border and from Guinea were already crossing and having their Guinea flags, according to the report that we gather, having their Guinea flag and wanted to even plant it. And again, the thing is, the way information is being disseminated, it made me think about Rwanda, the Hutus and the Tutsis, and how that was spread because of misinformation. A lot of people did not had the opportunity. I don't know if I should use that as the right word, but I would say that did not have the taste of the war that fought in Liberia for 14 years, that broke us apart, took families from together, and up to present, people are still, still living with these wounds many years ago. We should be mindful as a journalist for what we will report. It's not always about breaking the news first. I said this here on the show the other day. It's not always about me being the first to break the news. It's about you verifying the news you've break or you want to break, and getting the information getting the information right. So you will be able to verify your news, and not just to post anything that will, create fear or bring some sensation to our people. The issue of conflict between two nations is not an easy thing, and this is something that brings war. The issue of land. If you look at Ukraine, Russia, this is similar situation because of natural resources. We should be cognizant and educated enough as journalists. If we are the watchdog of society, and you said, you went to school and got out of your required education to be able to educate the people, you should be able to provide the right information. It's not about William today. It's not because you support a different political party or you do not support this government. The current issue at the border is about we as people coming together and making sure that we can be able to we can be able to thoroughly understand the situation and be able to report properly. Be able to report properly. If we are not mindful how we report on the current situation, it will soon lead to something else. And we know it will not lead to that because we understand there are some diplomatic talks, going on. Like I read the release, and you saw the release. The government is also working in lines with the Guinea authorities to making sure that we can have the matter stabilized, and our people there in Lofa can live as normal without being afraid from reports that will be coming in from their county. So verify your information, know that it's authentic to be released to the public, because nowadays a lot of our people rely on this Facebook journalism to digest and get their information. And again, I also want to caution the public that not every information that is being posted on social media are true. We do have artificial intelligence that can create a video of me right now and says something else or make me to do something else in that video. And you might not realize that that is not me. People are creating artificial videos as well. We should be mindful. This is not something to joke about. The issue of war, we that saw the 1990, we saw the 2003 that we call World War Three. We saw those war, how brutal it was, how chaotic it was, and how it tear families apart. We saw how people lost their families. We saw how people struggle to survive during the 14 years of war, fighting among ourselves. And this time, the situation is said to be, you know, against another country. So tell me, do you think how that alone is going to be? If this is something that we will not be mindful as how we digest the information and report about the information. So it's prudent enough that we report the factual information to the public. If the border is safe and we do not have people from Guinea there anymore, we should be very much sure and report that. I appreciate all of the journalists in Lofa, and I'm hoping that once things are back to normal, you should be able to update the public and let people be able to understand. Do you know how many people that wants to come and do business and this situation is creating fear for them to come into the country? Some people already had, trauma from the 14 years of war that fought in this country, and they are out of Liberia, but they want to come back, and they want to come back and invest. And now hearing this, even if it's not true, and you're not reporting, the situation the right way, it might lead to some sort of situation that cannot be handled easily. So this is just my own advice, and let's be mindful as to how we are sharing these informations with the public and how we will disseminate them to our audience. It's not about breaking the news first, like I always said. It's about being last, but breaking the news in the right way. That's the core of journalism. That's the core. It's only because now we have social media that everybody wants to get the news first without verifying these days, and carrying on the proper you know style of journalism. We have some sort of different things happening within the situation. But again, like you saw what I read, the government, you know, is saying that there will be or there is few measures that the government have already taken. I guess maybe that was what was being asked for by the guys from Guinea, or activities of the BK enterprises, as well as send money or any other money activities of any part of any other company in the Lofa border area are hereby suspended pending the outcome of a comprehensive investigation by the National Security Council of Liberia. And they encourage the citizens in border communities to remain calm, law abiding, and refrain from taking matters into their hands. I don't think the last time the guys took the flag down, they didn't take it down, but they found a situation and found a way to get those guys away was never taken matter. They were being so patriotic, love for country, and that is why every day we speak of love for country. So I think personally, there's no one citizen in Lofa around the border area that have taken the law in their hands, but they have been very patriotic Liberians that do actually love their country and wants Liberia to be a safe place that we cannot have other people trooping in just because they want to troop in. We will uh, round up on that and let's quickly run to see what the police had to say today pertaining the situation there with Uncle Sam, and then we can forge ahead.
Under the law. The investigation is ongoing. The autopsy has been conducted. Further analysis is being done. So hopefully in the next 72 hours, we should have all of the results to inform the action that will be taken as it relates to the findings of this investigation. So that's where we are at the moment. If there's anything specific that anybody would like to know, you can ask the question and I'll be willing to answer here. I have with me DIGP Senior Frank. He's the Deputy Inspector General for Criminal Investigation. So just in case you ask something that he would like to, because it's in his shop, so he could throw more light on it. So thank you. Who's going first?
Yeah, thanks a lot, IG. A lot of people are concerned. It's been a couple of days since the investigation started. Liberians are concerned as to where exactly are we investigation, especially now that Mr. Jackson is out. A lot of people want to know as to how long he's going to be out as well.
Well, like I said in my intro, within the next 72 hours, we should have sufficient information to make an informed decision as per the outcome of this case. So the autopsy, the official autopsy has been completed. Like I said, there's more analysis being done, there's more testing.
So that's the police IG, and he's giving overview of the situation there with Mr. Sam Jackson, with she passed off a few days ago, and after that the police had to run an investigation into her death. There were several things we saw on social media, but that is social media. That could also be AI generated. Who knows? And somebody insulted someone during the conflict at the house. They said it was AI generated. Who knows? So let's get into A and B serious. So the police inspector general Gregory Coleman, confirmed that suspect Samuel Jassy, he was, a person of interest and later named a suspect in the investigation, and they said suspect Samuel Jackson has been released to his lawyers, but noted that he may be recalled for further questioning as the investigation continues. So Jackson is being investigated over the controversial death of his wife, Tony Jackson. Speaking to reporters, Coleman said he could not give a specific timeline for the conclusion of the investigation. However, he indicated that within the next 72 hours, so that should be around 48, 72 is 3 days, the LMP may have sufficient evidence to determine the next course of action, including whether to proceed with charges. He emphasized that the investigation is being conducted transparently and is not a Gestapo operation as alleged by Jackson. Gestapo, what is Gestapo, right? It was a secret police of Adolf Hitler Nazi region in Germany, and notorious for its brutal methods and lack of due process during the period of World War II. So In one Facebook live video, we heard Mr. Jackson say, just stop police, and a lot of different things. But again, right, it's good enough that the police launch an investigation because everyone wants to know the truth pertaining the situation. And the truth pertaining the situation is what everyone wants to know, whether Mr. Jackson did or whether he didn't do what the public speculate that he did. So we leave it to the police. It's a legal matter. We won't want to talk more as the case progresses. We will just keep you up to speed with these situations as it unfolds and be able to let you understand that this is how it is in terms of how things are with the investigation. So the police says 72 hours, and in the video too that we played earlier, we also heard the police IG stating that Mr. Jackson team is also trying to hire pathologists to conduct their own, survey or what you call forensic test, and whether they may not be, certified or whatever coming from the LMP, it's up to them. And he's out to his lawyers, and basically within 72 hours, let's see, in 3 days from now, hopefully Friday, let's see where the case goes in another turn. So on that note, we like to appreciate all of you for coming on tonight, and we are grateful to be back. Even though we haven't fully recovered from the cold and cough, as you see, we struggle with it. But this is something we like to do on a regular situation, and we promise to always be here and bring you the round table as promised. It's on Tuesday, Thursday, 10 p.m. Liberia time, and 6 p.m. the US time. Thursday, you can join us on YouTube, Wizz TV. We are live there on Facebook as well, and bringing you all of this information. My name is William McGill, and I appreciate all of you for coming on. Do have a great night. Bye bye.
He say based on money, he say based on presidency, he say based on technology, he say based on war. Tell me, we got major headlines. Oh, we got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. We got major headlines. We got major story. Yeah. There is no job, no money for hustlers. Come take up coverage, the rainy season coming soon. In the ghetto, all the houses are full of leakage, nowhere to sleep. Come and see the widow, living in the street with her children. Since the daddy went to war to fight, he never lived to see them.